the end. I'm dancing through the leaving, dancing through the night. The door is standing open, but the floor is full of light. I won't kneel to the end, I'm moving till it's gone. Dancing through the leaving and the music carries on. Oh, dancing through the leaving. Oh, the night is still alive. Oh, dancing all through life. I won't kneel to the end, I'll keep the light alive. You packed your whole tomorrow in the back beside the stair. I felt the goodbye coming like a shiver in the air. But the speakers kept on calling and the bassline pulled me in. So I met you on the dance floor where the leaving should begin. Your hands were already restless, half a wave and half a hold. I could grieve the empty morning or go burning through the cold. So I lifted up my chin and let the kick decide my feet. Some farewells become a funeral, but mine's gonna be a beat. No tears to drown the speakers, no last word to defend. Just a body that decided it would dance until the end. I'm dancing through the leaving, dancing through the night. The door is standing open, but the floor is full of light. I won't kneel to the end, I'm moving till it's gone. Dancing through the leaving and the music carries on. They say you cry at closings, that you fold and you go gray. But I've never trusted what the silence would say. The leaving's just a doorway, and the doorway's just a sound. And the floor beneath my heartbeat is the only solid ground. You turn beneath the strobe light, half a stranger, half a friend. And I chose to call it living instead of calling it an end. So spin me one more chorus, let the leaving be a dance. I'd rather burn out moving than to mourn a second chance. Listen, can you feel it? How a goodbye can be the smoke like skin. I let them call it over while the last cold held within. They thought the dark had won me when the final ember died, but a cold that won't go out is just the sunrise still inside. So I shook the suit off both my hands and I told the gray to move. The body that they counted out came back with something to prove. The night spent all its burning and the night came up short, cause the thing that looked like ruin was the runway, not the fall. I rise where the ashes fall. I rise where the ashes fall. What the fire took from me, the light is giving back it all. You can lay me by the burning, you can count me as the dawn, but I'm rising where the ashes fall, and the morning carries on. They say a thing that's burned to gray can never green again. They never watch the ember keep this quiet through the rain. The ground that holds the ashes is the ground that holds the seed. And the morning doesn't beg the night, it simply takes the lead. I walked out through the embers with my chin against the sky. I left the fall behind me and I chose to rise inside. So let the cold come find me, let it count me for the gone. I'll meet it at the ashes where the dawn is breaking. Oh, feel it low, how an ending learns to climb. Everything they burned in me is turning light this time. No more lying in the ashes, no more greater call. I'm rising in the morning where the embers used to fall. I rise where the ashes fall. I rise where the ashes fall. What the fire took from me, the light is giving back it all. You can lay me by the burning, you can count me as the gold, but I'm rising where the ashes fall, and the morning carries on. I wear the soot like armor in the morning like a crown. The falling taught me rising and the burning brought me round. The gray that tried to keep me is the gray I'm dancing through. Every ash beneath these feet is one more thing I outgrew. The strangers in the daylight never saw me in the dark, but they catch the heat still coming off my skin and answer to the spark. I'm not the one you ended, I'm the one that dawn made new. The falling turned to flying and the flyers breaking through. We rise, let the ashes fall. Rise where the ashes fall. The ashes fall. What the fire took from us, the light is giving back it all. You can name us by the burning, the ashes. You can count us as the gold, the ashes. But we're rising where the ashes fall, and the morning carries on. The falling turns to dawn. We rise, we rise, we rise. The burning turn to dawn. We rise. The gray I left behind, let's go. The falling turn to dawn. We go.
The club kept calling louder, but the bright began to fade. I had chased the whole night open, and the shine all turned to gray. So I stepped beyond the doorway, where the baseline thins to air, and the cold street found my shoulders, like it knew I'd been somewhere. I am not done with the music, walking toward the calm, the kind of quiet that can hold you like a coin inside your palm. Every street lamp counts me homeward, and the pavement knows my name, and the noise I wore all evening lets me set it down again. The loud night loosens off my back. I'm walking home, the sky goes black, so carry me to the quiet, where the noise lets go of me. Past the crowd and the burning hum, to the dark where I can breathe. I have danced the whole floor open, now I'm aching for the slow, and down to where the loudest thing I know is my own heart in the silence, and the ground beneath my feet. Take me where the man and the night can meet. Down, 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 let it ease. The long night loosens by degrees. Slower now and let it come. The quiet is the only home. I used to fear the silence, like it meant I lost the crowd. Told myself the only living was the bright part and the loud. But the body keeps a hunger that the noise can never feed. A low and steady wanting for a stiller kind of need. So the bass walks me to the corner where the party turns to night, and I trade the strobe and shouting for a window single light. So carry me to the quiet, where the noise lets go of me. Past the crowd and the burning hum, to the dark where I can breathe. I have danced the whole floor open, now I'm aching for the slow, and down to where the loudest thing I know is my own heart in the silence, and the ground beneath my feet. Take me where the man and the night can meet. Down, down, feel it land. The night laid quiet in my hand, softer now the streets go deep. The kind of dark you keep. Somewhere back there is the room, still roaring with the light, and a younger version of me who would never leave at night. I am not ashamed of him now, I just learned a different sound, the kind that doesn't need a crowd to know that it is found. And if you got a roaring, you've been hiding from the still. Turn the corner home with me, the quiet's waiting and it will. I don't need the room to know my name, to feel alive. The loudest year I ever lived just taught me how to arrive. So we walk, let the whole bright noise go soft and gold behind. So carry us to the quiet, where the noise lets go of us. Past the crowd and the burning hum, to the dark we learn to trust. We have danced the whole floor open, now we're aching for the slow, and down to where the loudest thing we know is our own hearts in the silence, and the ground beneath our feet. Take us where the ones we are can meet. So carry me to the quiet, where the noise lets go of me, where the noise lets go of me. Past the crowd and the burning house, the crowd and the
things I never said out loud. I kept them for the dark, folded them in pockets where the daylight couldn't park. I'd take them out at midnight when the city dropped its noise and hand them to the only ones who never made a sound. I told them all the wanting that I swallowed in the day, the name I never called now, and the things I didn't say. I kept them from the people, kept them from my own two eyes, but I never kept a thing back from that wide impatient sky. So here is what I kept from the stars. Here is all I hid, every ache I wouldn't carry in the daylight where I live. I am done with holding tight to what I couldn't even hold. Take it up into the dark and turn the silver into gold. I'm not breaking, I'm releasing, I am opening my hand. What I gave up to the stars is coming back to me again. Into the white, everything I tried to hide, leave my chest. The dark can hold it, I can rest. Into the white, into the white. I thought if I could keep it all, then nothing would be lost. Counted every secret like it justified the cost. But a hell thing isn't living, it's just heavy in the dark. And the wanting that I buried only grew without the spark. So I lay back on the rooftop and I gave it to the night. Every word I've been protecting came up loose and into light. The stars don't ask me to explain, they don't need me to be strong. They just take the weight I hand them and they carry it along. So here is what I kept from the stars. Here is all I hid, every ache I wouldn't carry in the daylight where I lived. I am done with holding tight to what I couldn't even hold. Take it up into the dark and turn the silver into gold. I'm not breaking, I'm releasing, I am opening my hands. What I gave up to the stars is coming back to me again. I let it climb, everything I held too long, the time and out of my head. The wide dark understands. Somewhere I decided that to feel a thing was weak, that the warning in my chest was something I should never speak. But I lost more in the keeping than I ever lost. Let go, and the sky that held my secrets never used them as a blow. And if you've kept the thing so long, it's grown into your bones, turn your face up to the dark. You don't have to hold alone. The bravest thing I ever did was finally say it all to the wide and quiet night that caught it and refused to let it fall. I don't have to keep it hidden anymore. The keeping was the weight, the saying's what I'm for. So I open, and the dark gives everything back as light. So here's what we kept from the stars. Here's all we hid, every ache we wouldn't carry in the daylight where we live. We are done with holding tight to what we couldn't even hold. Take it up into the dark and turn the silver into gold. We're not breaking, we're releasing, we are opening our hands. What we gave up to the stars coming back to us again. The morning's gonna find me with my hands in just one wide. Nothing left to bury now, no heavy thing to hide. And every star I gave it to is paling into day. But the lightness that they left me holds and never goes away. I carried it for so long that I forgot it weighed a thing. Now my arms are loose and open, and I finally feel them swing. What I kept from the stars, I let it ride up into the wide and waiting skies. Everything I hid is like now given and set free. What I gave up to the stars gave back to me. myself in the shallows where the footing's always sure, where the water never rises past the line I can endure. But there's a current underneath me I have felt my whole life long, a slow and warm and pulling thing I told myself was wrong. I stood waist deep in my own living and I never once went under. Held the one thing at arm's length and I called the distance wonder. But the deepest started calling in a voice I recognize. It is my own, it's always been there and it's done with the disguise. The water's warm, the flow drops out. I'm done with the safety of the shallow route. So let the deep pull me, let the warm take me down. I have lived on the surface, now I wanna go where I drown. Not in the dive, the living that I left up on the shelf, down to the lowest, warmest, most unguarded part of myself. I was gripping the railing of a life I never swam. Now I'm letting the deep pull me to find me where I am. Down to the warm, the only safe place is the storm. Let it take me slow. The deepest part is home, I know. I used to think that going under meant that I would lose the air, that the surface was the only place a careful heart could bear. But careful was just another way of never being touched, of keeping all the warmth too far to ever feel too much. Now the sub-bass walks the length of me and I unlocked my hold on the railing I was clinging to. I want the undertow, the code I call protection was just distance I maintain, and the depth I would not sink to is the self I never claimed. The water's warm, the dark is wide. I'm done denying the pull inside. So let the deep pull me, let the warm take me down. I have lived on the surface, now I wanna go where I drown. Not in the dive, in the living that I left up on the shelf, down to the lowest, warmest, most unguarded part of myself. I was gripped in the railing of a life I never swam. Now I'm letting the deep pull me to finally where I am. Down and let it climb, warmer than the edge of time. Let it take me whole. The deepest water holds my soul. That I came up from the warm beneath the ground. And if you stayed up in the shallow, scared of going under too, let the warm current find you. It is gentler than you knew. The bottom isn't where you vanish, it's where you start to feel. It's everything I hid from and the only thing that's real. I'm not scared of the deep, I'm scared of staying dry. The warm I kept beneath my ribs was always meant to rise. So let it, let the whole warm deep take all of us down. So let the deep pull me, let the warm take me down. I have lived on the surface, I'm going where I drown. Not in the dying, in the living that I left up on the shelf, down to the lowest, warmest, most unguarded part of myself. I was gripping the railing of a life I never swam. Now I'm letting the deep pull me to find me where I am. Let the deep pull me into the warm. The safest place I found was the storm. Everything I ran from holds me, now it lets me be. I'm the deep
came in with the bass drop and you didn't say a thing.
I felt your shoulder near to mine before the first hook would sing.
No name passed between us, no question, no reply.
Just the kick beneath our 2 feet in the dark and the high.
And the quiet did the talking that our mouths were too proud to.
No words between two strangers, just a beat pulling through.
My pulse gave up the secret that my lips would never tell.
And the song closed in around us like a thing we knew too well.
I stopped counting all the reasons that I came here on my own.
And the loneliness I carried in just quietly went home.
No words, just a beat, and it says more than we could.
Two strangers in the dark,
doing what no speaking would.
your hand against my heartbeat,
my breath against your skin.
The silence is the loudest thing we've ever let come in.
Nobody is speaking,
but the rhythm understands.
It's all there in the beat,
with the whole night in our hands. Hush, hush, let the beat decide.
move,
We move closer, side to side.
feel it.
Feel it. The quiet's where we hide.
The stroke caught half your jawline, and the rest stayed in the dark.
And I read you by the heat of you, the nearness, not a mark.
We never traded numbers, never asked the things they asked.
Just the truth two bodies tell when the talking drops its mask.
The floor became a language that the daylight never learned. Every word we didn't say
Is the reason that we burn.
your fingertips found my wrist,
My whole arm went to flame,
and the
part of me that armors up forgot to keep its name.
no words, just the beat, and it says more than we could.
Two strangers in the dark,
Doing what no speaking would.
your hand against my heartbeat,
My breath against your skin.
the silence is the loudest thing we've ever let come in.
Nobody is speaking,
But the rhythm understands.
it's all there in the beat.
With the whole night in our hands.
Let the dark stay long,
Stay
we stay
inside,
the same song.
closer, closer.
Where the words go wrong. The lights are coming up now, and the morning thins the room.
But something stayed inside my chest that I will not assume.
We'll leave the way we came in here, no number and no name.
But the beat we shared in silence will not ever feel the same.
We were never really strangers in the deepest part of all.
The same song found us both at once and made us answer the call.
So don't you feel the quiet, but the things we just
The
forget.
truest thing we ever said is the thing we haven't yet.
No words to break the spell of it,
No morning to defend,
just two hearts in one rhythm.
and a beat that doesn't bend.
I came in here to vanish,
Came to lose myself in sound,
but I found you in the silence.
and I'm not setting it down.
Move, no words.
Let the whole dark room go molten under us.
No words, just a beat, and it says more than we could.
Two strangers in the dark,
Doing what no speaking would.
your hand against my heartbeat,
My breath against your skin.
the silence is the loudest thing we've ever let come in.
Nobody was speaking,
But the rhythm understood,
said it in the beat.
doing what no words ever could.
And when the floor is gone to gray,
And the night gives up its hold,
we'll carry what we behind. Packed the drum beat in a box and locked it deep inside my mind. I built a life of quiet rooms with corners squared and clean, and folded up the wild of me to someone in between. But a locked drum hit my ribcage and the whole box came undone. A hand against the goat skin and the boy I was at one. I thought I had forgotten how the fire used to feel. The rhythm knew that I was lying. It dragged me back to real. I had buried that whole country in the back rooms of my chest, but the beat went down and found it where I'd hidden it to rest. The blood remembers the beat. Every drum I left behind, every fire I tried to bury, every wild I tried to bind. I forgot it in the daylight, but it lives beneath the bone, and it's pulling me, it's calling me, it's dragging me back home. I taught my heart to whisper where it used to beat and booms, but it kept the rhythm burning in my body's oldest rooms. My grandfather's two heads on the goat skin in the smoke. The first time that a rhythm hit so hard it made me choke. I traded it for offices and careful muffled ears, and the chest that learned to flatten what he used to feel in tears. But you cannot learn a drum beat that is written in the marrow. It waits inside the silence like an arrow on the harrow. The floor became a fire pit and the cold years start to peel, and the part of me I'd buried starts to breathe and start to feel. No more burying the embers, no more keeping it control. The pulse alive inside me is older than I'm old. The blood remembers the beat. Every drum I left behind, every fire I tried to bury, every wild I tried to bind. I forgot it in the daylight, I forgot it in the daylight, but it lives beneath the bone, it lives beneath the bone, and it's pulling me, it's calling me, it's calling me, it's calling, it's dragging me back home. Oh, I taught my heart to whisper where it used to beat and booms, but it kept the rhythm burning in my body's oldest rooms. Beat, 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 oh beat, feel it climb, older than the count of time. Drum on me, call me home. What I bury wakes the bone. I don't dance now to be pardoned, and I don't dance to forget. I dance to meet the kid I was before the world had set. Every shaker is a summer, every log drum is a year, and the boy I left for buried is standing right beside me here. So if you've packed your own drum down and called the quiet life enough, turn your face up to the rhythm. What you buried wasn't tough. The beat you tried to silence is the truest thing you own. It knows your name before you do. It leads you back toward home. I stopped being ashamed of every fire I let die. The drum is not the end of me, it's where the living lies. So beat, beat loud, let the old drums light the marrow up in all of us. The blood remembers the beat. The blood remembers the beat. Every road that we have known, what? Every faith we learn to carry, every wild we've ever grown. Oh, we forgot it in the daylight, we forgot it in the daylight, but it lives beneath the bone, but it lives beneath the bone, and it's pulling us, it's calling us, calling us, it's caught us, dragging us back home. Oh, we taught our hearts fire's gone to embers, and the dawn is coming slow. I carried home the boy I was a lifetime ago, forgotten to remember, buried into free. The blood kept all the pieces that the years took out of me. The blood remembered the beat, and it led me home. They told me what was burning was the only thing that's true, that the fire took the answer and there's nothing I can do. But I never trust a story that they hand me through the flame, 'cause the ones who struck the matches are the ones who'd had the blame. So I'm running through the smoke now where the air is thick and gray, chasing down the one clear thing they tried to burn away. My eyes are streaming, lungs are tight, but my feet will never stop. There's a truth on the far side of this, and I'm running till I drop. The heat says turn around and quit. I run straight through the heart of it. So I run through the smoke where they told me don't go, to the one true thing on the other side they never wanted me to know. Let it burn at my back, let the gray close behind. I would rather choke on truth than breathe easy and blind. Every lie was a fire that they lit so I'd stay. But I'm moving through the smoke, and I'm not turning away. To the grave, nothing burn makes me stay. Eyes ahead, lungs on fire, the truth is higher. I climb higher. They built the smoke around me so the road would disappear. Told me everything worth knowing had already burned down here. But a fire only hides a thing and never makes it gone. And the answer's standing waiting in the clear I'm running on. So I dropped the fear that choked me when the first flames caught the air, and I traded all my standing still for the truth I knew was there. The gray can fill my throat with ash, it cannot fill my will. I am running where they burned the road, and I am running still. So I run through the smoke where they told me don't go, to the one true thing on the other side they never wanted me to know. Let it burn at my back, let the gray close behind. I would rather choke on truth than breathe easy and blind. Every lie was a fire that they lit so I'd stay. But I'm moving through the smoke, and I'm not turning away. Somewhere back there is the version of me who breathed the lie they sold, who stayed inside the smoke they made and did as he was told. I am not angry at him now, I just outran the haze, left him in the grave behind me where the easy answer stays. And if you breathe the smoke so long you think the clear is gone, turn your face into the burn and there's a road and we run on. The bravest thing I ever did was dot the thing that burned and run straight through the lie of it to everything I learned. I don't fear the fire anymore, I fear the standing still. The smoke they built to hold me only sharpened up my will. So we run straight through the grave, straight through the grave, to the clear bright truth on the other side. So we run through the smoke where they told us don't go, to the one true thing on the other side they never wanted us to know. Let it burn at our backs, let the gray close behind. We would rather choke on truth than breathe easy and blind. Every lie was a fire that they lit so we'd stay. But we're moving through the smoke, and I'm not turning away. So I run through the smoke not turning away. To the smoke I run, and the gray bricks wide. The clear was always waiting on the other side. Everything they burned to keep me blind just lit the way, and I run now clear into the breaking day.
They think the quiet means I've got nothing left to say, that a woman gone this silent must have given up the day. But the loudest thing inside me has been building in the hush. All the words I never let out, all the weight I wouldn't push. There's a roar beneath the silence that they never learned to hear, the sound of everything I held while pretending not to care. And tonight the quiet broke in me, and what came up was bright. The loudest thing I ever felt came roaring through the night. The silence cracks, the deep gets wide. I can't hold the roar inside. This is the loudest quiet, where the stillest found its voice. Everything I swallowed down is rising up to make its noise. I was silent, I was patient, I was nothing they could hear. Now the quietest part of me is the loudest thing in here. Don't you take my stillness for a woman with no fire. The loudest quiet's breaking and it's climbing higher. Shh, oh, turn into a roar. The quiet isn't quiet anymore. Listen, oh, to the still. It's the loudest thing and it always will. I learned to keep it folded, learned to swallow it down small. Made myself so quiet that they thought there was nothing there at all. But a held breath isn't peace, it's a pressure building slow. And a silence kept too long becomes the loudest thing you know. So I stopped the careful nodding and I let the deep rise up. All the quiet years of holding poured out roaring from the cup. They wanted me agreeable, they wanted me unheard. Now the silence has a thunder and the thunder has a word. This is the loudest quiet, where the stillest found its voice. Everything I swallowed down is rising up to make its noise. I was silent, I was patient, I was nothing they could hear. Now the quietest part of me is the loudest thing in here. Don't you take my stillness for a woman with no fire. The loudest quiet's breaking and it's climbing higher. Being quiet kept me safe, that if I made no noise at all, then no one could displace the small and careful corner where I kept myself contained. But safe was just a quieter word for everything I chained. And if you've gone so silent that you've half forgot your sound, turn the hush up into thunder, there's a roar in you unbound. The bravest thing I ever did was finally make the noise and find out that my quietest place was holding the loudest voice. I'm not afraid of being loud, I'm afraid of being good. Quiet was a holding cell, the roar is moving on. So I rise, and the loudest quiet breaks across all of us like dawn. Ooh, this is the loudest quiet, where the stillest found its voice. Everything we swallowed down is rising up to make its noise. We were silent, we were patient, we were nothing they could hear. Now the quietest part of us is the loudest thing in here. Don't you take our stillness for a people with no fire. The loudest quiet's breaking and it's climbing higher. The loudest loudest quiet, found this sound. Everything I buried came roaring up from underground. The still I kept for all those years was never empty, never tame. And the quiet that was in me now is loud and knows my name. The light came down at midnight and it poured across the floor, and it found me where I'd folded up, so small behind the door. I felt the edges of me start to loosen in the glow, the wideness rising up in me. I'd been too scared to know. I felt the floor dissolve below and the ceiling lift away, and everything that held me in just opened into day. I'm not a speck beneath the white, I'm a part of all of it. The light has no horizon and I'm standing in the lit. The white comes down, the edges go. I'm everywhere, the light can flow. It's white light going and I'm wide as the dawn. Every line that held my shape has loosened and is gone. I'm not small, I'm not finished, I'm not standing at the edge. I'm the white light with no ending pouring over every ledge. The more I let it take me, the more setting me free. White and knowing every edge begins to bend, open and undone. I'm the light, and the light is everywhere. I spent so long in outlines, drawing borders around my name, keeping all my edges sharp so I would stay the same. But a line is just a fear of where the self might overflow, and I'm done being a night. And when the white says let me grow, the light pours through the windows and it fills me to the brim till there's no line where I'm ending and the everything begins. I thought that I would lose myself the moment I dissolve, but I found a white in me out here where all the edges solve. The white gets white, the borders go. I'm pouring into all I know. It's white light going and I'm wide as the dawn. Every line that held my shape has loosened and is gone. I'm not small, I'm not finished, I'm not standing at the edge. I'm the white light with no ending pouring over every ledge. The more I let it take me, the more there is of me. White light, know it, and it's setting me free. That all the light belonged to others, all the white to those who sing. But the white came through the ceiling and it never asked my size. It just filled me till the smallness couldn't fit behind my eyes. And if you felt too small to matter, edged and boxed and dim, turn your face into the white of it. There's no horizon, dive on in. The bravest thing I ever did was let my outline blur and find out I was never small. I was the light and it was hers. I'm not afraid of being nothing, I'm afraid of staying small. The white is not an ending, it's the widest just of all. So I open, and the white light with no ending pours through all of us at one side, no end up. We're wide as the dawn. Every line that held our shape has loosened and is gone. We're not small, we're not finished, we're not standing at the edge. We're the white light with no ending pouring over every ledge. The more we let it take us, the more there is of us. White light, no end, and it's setting us free. White light, no end, and the edges all dissolve. Everything I thought contained me came undone. So I was never just a small and frightened thing I knew. And the light with no ending just came pouring through.
vision, and the headlights cut the gray. Two hands fall onto the wheel like they already know the way. There's a porch light still behind me and a warm voice in the hall. And a half of me is begging me to turn around and stall. But the road hums up through the floorboards and the tires start to sing, and the dark ahead falls open like it's promising a thing. I would trade my whole tomorrow just to sit there one more night, but the white lines keep on pulling and the windshield fills with light. The window goes small and far. I hold the wheel, I know where the roads are. The road won't let me stay, it's already in my chest. Porch light in the mirror, and the dark ahead's the rest. I held this town so close that I could barely breathe. Now the wheel is in my hands and I believe. Oh, the highway's calling, and it calls me by my name, and it'll never love me back. But the road won't let me stay. Road, let it run. The white lines blur and come undone. Faster now and feel it climb. The road is mine tonight. Road is mine. The road is mine. The gas station smell their colors and the radio rides low, and the dashboard is the only lit up face I've got to know. I could turn back at the next exit, I could choose the easy stay, but the warning in my chest is louder than the words I have to say. So the baseline walks me forward where the county lines dissolve, and I trade the warm familiar for a road I cannot solve. The last little window slips the glass. I hold the wheel, I let the warm part pass. The road won't let me stay, it's already in my chest. The porch light in the mirror, and the dark ahead's the rest. I held this town so close that I could barely breathe. Now the wheel is in my hands and I believe. Go, the highway's calling, and it calls me by my name, and it'll never love me back. But the road won't let me stay. Road, feel it pull. The open road, the tank near full. Softer now, the dark goes deep. The kind of distance that you keep. Still alight, and a version of me staying who would never drive tonight. I am not ashamed to want him, I just learned a different need, the kind that lives in motion and can only breathe at speed. And if you gotta leave him, you've been swallowing for years. Turn the engine over with me, the road outruns the fears. I don't need a door to hold me to know that I'm alive. The longest road I ever drove just taught me how to arrive. So we drive, let the warm bright window go soft and small behind. Oh, the road won't let us stay, it's already in our chest. Porch light in the mirror, and the dark ahead's the rest. We held this town so close, we could barely breathe. Now the wheel is in our hands and we believe. Go, the highway's calling, and it calls us by our names, and it'll never love us back. But the road won't let us stay. It's already in my chest. Porch light in the mirror, and the open dark's the rest. I held this town so close that I could barely breathe. Now the wheel is in my hands and I believe.
The door swings to the rooftop and the city hums below. You're standing where you always stood, a year of not quite letting go. We don't reach for any reasons, we don't open up the past. We just let the quiet hold us like you knew this wouldn't last. And the night air does the talking that our mouths have never tried. Your shoulder finds my shoulder and the distance lets it slide. There's a whole unspoken language in the inches in between. And the loudest thing we've ever said is everything we mean. No words, just your breath in the dark, just the warmth of you. Where we are, silence on the rooftop where there's nothing left to prove. Just your hand against my hand and the way we barely move. We have said it all and nothing, every word we never sent. And the quiet is the realest thing we meant. So don't speak, don't explain it, let the city keep its noise. We have found the louder kind of close without a single voice. Hush, hush, feel it stay. The words we don't need fall away. Closer now and let it land. Your breath, my breath, your hand, my hand. You're the one who fills the silence like it scares you to be still. And I'm the one who needs the talking just to know somebody's real. But the rooftop doesn't ask us to be anyone tonight. Just two shapes against the skyline holding still inside the light. So I let my fingers find you and I let the quiet grow. And a year of all our distance learns the only thing to know. Silence on the rooftop where there's nothing left to prove. Just your hand against my hand and the way we barely move. We have said it all and nothing, every word we never sent. And the quiet is the realest thing we meant. So don't speak, don't explain it, let the city keep its noise. We have found a louder kind of close without a single voice. Hush, hush, feel it grow, the only thing we need to know. Closer now and let it stay. Your breath, my breath, the words away. Down there is the version where we argued it to death. Every word a little further till there's nothing left but breath. We are not those people now, we just learned a softer sound, the kind that doesn't need a word to know that it is found. And if you got a silence you've been frightened to let be, come up here and hold it with me. Let the quiet set us free. I don't need to hear you say it to know that it is true. The loudest year I ever spent just brought me back to you. So we stay, we stay. Let the whole bright restless city go soft below. Silence on the rooftop where there's nothing left to prove. Just my hand against your hand and the way we barely move. We have said it all and nothing, every word we never sent. And the quiet is the realest thing we meant. So don't speak, don't explain it, let the city keep its noise. We have found a louder kind of close without a single voice. Silence on the rooftop, there's nothing left to prove. Just your hand against my hand and the way we barely move. We have said it all and nothing, every word we never sent. And the quiet is the truest thing we meant. So don't speak, don't explain it, let the city keep its noise. We have found a louder kind of close without a single voice. Silence on the rooftop, let it stay. No words, just the warmth, let it ease and stay. The loudest thing the morning brings is your hand against my hand and the quiet that was waiting where two people finally stand. Mm-hmm. The floor is full of nobody until the second that you turn. 100 strangers blurred in nothing, and there's only you to learn. We don't know each other's names yet, and we may not ever will, but the room just dropped to silence, even though it's loud and full.
And a single look goes through me. You found me in the crowd of us, and there is nothing left. So I hold the look a beat too long and dare it not to break. And a glance becomes a lifetime in the half a step we take.
A glance worth forever, caught across the floor. One look and I am ruined for the way I lived before. We have lived an entire lifetime in a second we won't date. And the crowded room will never feel the same. So don't look away now. Don't you let the moment close. We just felt forever in a glance that nobody else knows.
Oh, don't blink away. The rest of the room can fade to gray.
Closer now,
Your pulse, my pulse.
your eyes, my eyes, the point of no return.
You took a step and I forgot the friends I came in here to find. And the music turned the background to the second our eyes align. We are saying everything with nothing but the way we stare. Two people in 1,000 who just learned the others there.
So the baseline pulls me toward you, and the inches start to close, and the stranger turns to forever in a look that nobody chose. The whole loud room goes far and small, just your eyes, and that is all. A glance worth forever, caught across the floor. One look and I am ruined for the way I lived before. We have lived an entire lifetime in a second we won't date, and the crowded room will never feel the same. So don't look away now. Don't you let the moment close. We just felt forever in a glance that nobody else knows.
If the room's not there,
Just the two of us,
and the charge there,
closer now,
and let it stay.
the look that took my breath away.
Some way could play it careful, give a nod and look away. Let the safe and easy nothing close the door on this today. But we are not those cowards now. We just learn to stand our ground, the kind that holds a stranger's eyes and never turns around.
And if you got a longing, you've been hiding in the crowd, find the one look that undoubted. Let it say the thing out loud. I don't need to know your story to know I'm already gone. The loudest room I ever stood in just went silent and went on. So
We look good,
let the whole bright spinning floor go soft below. A glance worth forever, caught across the floor. One look and we are ruined for the way we lived before. We have lived an entire lifetime in a second we won't name, and the crowded room will never feel the same. So don't look away now. Don't you let the moment close. We just felt forever in a glance that nobody else knows.
lamp clicks off at midnight, and the room becomes a cave. And the man I am in daylight isn't anyone I'd save. There's a voice down in the quiet that I spend my days to drown. And tonight I'm done with running, so I let the dark sit down. It knows the names I gave myself when nobody could hear. It sees the worst that I believe, and it says it without fear. So I meet it on the baseline, where I've run out of room to hide. And the loudest thing inside this dark is the man I keep inside. No door, no light to make me brave, just the truth down in the cave. Under my own dark, where there's no one left to be, just the voice I never answered, finally speaking back to me. I have run from this all my life now, every loud and lit up day. And down here, where I can't look away, is the realest man I carry, and the worst I'll ever know. And the only way back up is through the low. Down, 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 let it speak. The truth defines you when you're weak. Deeper now and let it land. The dark you finally understand. Bright rooms just to never sit in this. All the noise and all the motion was a door I kept on missing, but the body keeps the reckoning. The daylight learns to hide, a low impatient knowing that I cannot outride. So the bass walks me to the bottom, where the running has to end. And I shake the hand of everything I never called a friend. Oh, under my own dark, where there's no one left to be, just the voice I never answer, finally speaking back to me. I have run from this all my life now, every loud and lit up day. And down here, where I can't look away, is the realest man I carry, and the worst I'll ever know. And the only way back up is through the low. Down, down, feel it stay. The dark that doesn't fade away. Deeper now, the truth goes wide. The man I quit trying to hide. Somewhere up there is the version with the smile that I perform, the one who keeps it easy and who never sees the storm. I am not at war with him now, I just learned a deeper sound, the kind you only ever find when no one is around. And if you got a darkness you've been out running for years, come down here and sit with mine. It's quieter than the fears. I don't need a light to find me, to know that I'm still here. The darkest hour I ever sat in just made the morning clear. So I rise, let the whole long buried weight go soft and slow. My own dark, where there's no one left to be, just the voice I finally answered, and it set the rest of me free. I have run from this all my life now, every loud and lit up day. And down here, where I couldn't look away, I have met the man I carry, and the worst I'll ever know. When I'm climbing back up, lighter through the low. Under my own dark, where there's no one left to be, just voice I finally answer finds its peace. What the morning hands me back is the man I quit denying. In the dark that taught me how to stop the hiding.
The door clicked shut this morning, and the sheets are still warm, and the shape of you is burning where you lay before the storm. You didn't leave a reason, you just left before the light. But the heat of you is living in my skin again tonight. They told me time would cool it, that the body would forget, but my blood keeps running fever for a fire that isn't lit. So I move across the baseline, yeah, with the ones you left behind. And the loudest thing inside me is the heat I cannot find. You're gone, but the warmth won't fade. It's the fire that you made. Gone, but still burning. You went and left the flame. Every inch of me remembers, and it answers to your name. You walked out into nothing, but you couldn't take the heat, and it's living in the rhythm of my feet. So I dance it like a fever, like the only way I cope. You are gone, but still burning, and I'm dancing in the smoke. Burn, burn, let it stay. The one of you won't fade away. Hotter now and let it climb. You're gone, but you're still mine tonight. The bed has lost your weight now, and the morning's gone too bright. But the part of me you set on fire doesn't care about the light. The one is not a memory, it's a thing inside my chest, a low and aching ember that will never let me rest. So the bass walks me back to it where the heat refused to die, and I trade the cold of missing you for the fever you left high. You're gone, but the fire stays lit, and I'm burning every bed. Gone, but still burning. You went and left the flame. Every inch of me remembers, and it answers to your name. You walked out into nothing, but you couldn't take the heat, and it's living in the rhythm of my feet. So I dance it like a fever, like the only way I cope. You are gone, but still burning, and I'm dancing in the smoke. Burn, burn, feel it rise, the heat of you behind my eyes. Hotter now and let it stay. You're gone, but you won't fade away. Somewhere you have cooled it down, and you have walked into your day, and a version of me waits for you who never learned to stay away. I'm not ashamed to want it, I just learned a harder sound, the kind that doesn't need you here to keep the fire found. And if you got it burning that the leaving couldn't kill, take it to the floor with me, let it blaze until it's still. I don't need you in the room to feel the heat you left alive. The coldest morning that you gave me only taught the flame to thrive. So I burn, let the whole cold empty house go warm and slow. Gone, but still burning. You went and left the flame. Every inch of me remembers, and it answers to your name. You walked out into nothing, but you couldn't take the heat, and it's living in the and I'm dancing in the smoke. Gone but still burning, let it go. The heat you left behind won't ever go. The loudest thing the morning brings is the fire in my skin, and the heat of you still burning where you've been.
City gates fall behind me, and the lanes go wide and black, and the weight I carried in there isn't riding in the back. The windows down, the warm night howling, and the stars are all my light, and the chest that's been a locked room finally opens up tonight. I'm not running from a song, and I'm not chasing down a wave. I just needed all this asphalt in the sky with room to spare. So the bass line hits the high beams and the lanes go racing by, and the loudest thing inside this car is a man who's learned to fly. Midnight highway set me free, took the cage right off my chest. All the walls that I was living in are shrinking in the west. I have carried something heavy for too many silent years, and out here where the open swallows fears, I am lighter than the engine, I am wider than the night. The midnight highway set me free tonight. Fly, fly, let it run, the cage falls off and I'm undone. Faster now and let it climb, I'm free out here, the night is mine. The mile markers count me lighter, and the radio rides loud, and the man who couldn't breathe, and there isn't anywhere in this crowd. The open is a medicine that no one ever sold me, the kind of cure for everything the four walls never told me. So the bass walks me to the high gear where the county lines unwind, and I trade the weight I live with for the lanes that clear my mind. The walls go small and the mirrors frame. Out here there's nothing left to tame. Midnight highway set me free, took the cage right off my chest. All the walls that I was living in are shrinking in the west. I have carried something heavy for too many silent years, and out here where the open swallows fears, I am lighter than the engine, I am wider than the night. The midnight highway set me free tonight. Fly, fly, feel it lift, the open road, the only gift. Wider now, the dark goes deep, the kind of free you keep. Somewhere back there are the rooms with all the bars that wouldn't give, and a version of me waiting there who never learned to live. I am not at war with him now, I just learned a wider sound, the kind you only ever hear with all that asphalt down. And if you've got a cage you've carried that you never learned to leave, roll the windows down on me, there's a highway that believes. I don't need a wall to hold me, to know that I'm alive. Open it up. The heaviest years I ever carried just taught me how to drive. Full lifting. So I fly, let the whole locked weighted past go soft behind. Midnight chest. All the walls that we were living in are shrinking in the west. We have carried something heavy for too many silent years. And out here where the open swallows fears, we are lighter than the engine. We are wider than the night. The midnight highway set us free. Midnight highway set me free. Took the cage right off my chest. All the walls that I was living in are shrinking in the west. I have carried something heavy for too many silent years. And out here where the open ate the fears, I am lighter than the engine. I am wider than the night. The midnight highway set me free tonight. Midnight highway set me free. Let it roll. The cage fell off my chest, and I am whole. I've carried something heavy for too many silent years. And out here where the open ate the fears, I am lighter than the engine. I am wider than the night. The midnight highway set me free tonight.
No. The bass hits like a heartbeat, and the floor becomes a sea. And the woman who's been holding back lets go of holding me. No one here to please tonight, no eyes I have to read. Just a room of strangers shining like they finally got to breathe. I have folded myself smaller every day to take up less. And tonight I take the whole of it, I dance it like a yes. So the rhythm finds my whole spine, and the one spills off the floor. And the loudest thing inside me is a woman free for sure. No holding back, no staying small. I give the floor my all, set free on the floor. But I'm finally my own. Every wall I built around me is a thing I've overthrown. I have carried myself careful for too many shrinking years. And out here where the rhythm meets the fears, I am bigger than the body that I tried to make so small. And I'm giving it my all. Set free on the floor. Free, 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 free. Set free on the floor. Free, free, let it rise. The woman breaking her own ties. Higher now and let it soar. I'm set free. I'm set free on the floor. The drum becomes my heartbeat, and the crowd is just a hymn. And the careful, quiet woman is the one I'm leaving dim. The floor does not require me to be anyone tonight. Just a body full of music turning loose into the light. So the bass walks me to the center where the held and break is away. And I trade the years of stricken for the woman here today. No holding back, I'm coming through. The floor gives me back to me, brand new. Set free on the floor, where I'm finally my own. Every wall I built around me is a thing I've overthrown. I have carried myself careful for too many shrinking years. And out here where the rhythm meets the fears, I am bigger with her shoulders pulled in tight, and a version of me waiting there who never claimed the light. I am not ashamed of her now, I just learned a louder sound, the kind that takes up all the room the second it is found. And if you made yourself a smaller thing to fit inside their door, come and break it open with me. Get set free.
At the dawn, and the drums begin to climb, and I carried something dead up here that's been alive too long a time. I dug a grave with my own hands in the red and ancient brown, for the man I had to stop being to ever get me found. The rock has held 1,000,000 Indians, and it does not flinch at mine. It just waits the way the old earth waits for everything in time. So I lay him in the baseline where the canyon takes the sound, and the loudest thing inside this ride is the old me going down. The ground takes what I cannot hold. The new from out the old. I have carried him too far now, every heavy hollow year, and down here where the old earth takes the field, I will leave him in the silence. I will walk back out alone, and I'll call the canyon home. Bury the old me here. Down, 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 let him lie, the old me under this red sky. Deepen out and let it close, the new one rises as he goes. The river worked this stone for ages just to make a place to grieve, and it does not ask for reasons, it just teaches you to leave. The old me was a good man once, a thing the years outgrew, and the only way to honor him is bury him for true. So the bass walks me to the deep cut, where the canyon swallows swallows whole, and I trade the weight of who I was for the room inside my soul. Bury the old me here, where the canyon keeps the dead. Let the man I had to be lie down inside this riverbed. I have carried him too far now, every heavy hollow year, and down here where the old earth takes the fear, I will leave him in the silence. I will walk back out alone, and I'll call the canyon home. Bury the old me here. Down, down, feel it close. The old me sleeps as the new one grows deeper now, and let it rest. The canyon keeps him, and I'm blessed. Down the years behind me is the man I'm laying down, and a part of me still loves him, though he never wore the crown. I am not ashamed of him now, I just learned to lay him down. The kind of peace the canyon gives you when no one is around. You got a self you're hauling that you outgrew years ago. Find a canyon deep enough to leave him. That's the only way to grow. I don't need to keep him with me to honor what he gave. The heaviest man I ever carried, all it needed this one grave. So I rise, let the whole old buried life go down and rest. Bury the old me here, where the canyon keeps the dead. Let the man I had to be lie down inside this riverbed. I have carried him too far now, every heavy hollow year, and down here where the old earth takes the fear, I will leave him in the silence. I will walk back out alone, and I'll call the canyon home. Bury the old me here. Oh, bury the old me here, where the canyon keeps the dead. Let the man I had to be lie down inside this riverbed. I have carried him too far now, every heavy hollow year, and down here where the old earth took the fear, I will leave him in the silence. I will walk back out my own, and I'll call the canyon home. Bury the old me here. Bury the old me here. Let him rest. The canyon keeps the man who did his best. The loudest thing the morning brings is the new ground in my chest, and the old me sleeping easy where the canyon lay to rest. On the ring road, and the lanes are mine to keep, and the seat beside me is empty in a way that runs too deep. There's a coffee going cold here, and a phone that doesn't ring, and a quiet in the cabin that can swallow anything. There's no one that I'm driving to, and no one's at my door. I just couldn't sit in that house with the missing anymore. So the bass line keeps me company where the streetlights barely glow. And the loudest thing inside this car is the company I don't know. No one beside me, just a hum in the dark. 3 a.m. and the city's a long extinguished spark. I have driven myself hollow down these slow and silent lanes, and out here where the loneliness remains, I am holding the wheel steady, like it's holding on to me. But I'm learning to be free. No one beside me. Slow, 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 let it ride. The empty seat, the open wide. Quiet now. drive away. The all-night station's flickering and the clerk's the only soul, and the man behind my steering wheel is missing someone whole. The silence is a passenger, they climbed in for the ride, the kind that knows the things about you that the daylight lets you hide. So the bass walks me to the on-ramp where the dark road never ends, and I trade the empty kitchen for a night that almost mends. The seat stays empty, the lanes stay wide, just me and the quiet on this ride. No one beside me, just the hum in the dark. 3 a.m. and the city's a long extinguished spark. I have driven myself hollow down these slow and silent lanes, and out here where the loneliness remains, I am holding the wheel steady, like it's holding on to me. But I'm learning to be free. No one beside me. Slow, feel it stay. The empty road, a break of gray. Quieten up and let it ride, the kind of calm you find inside. Standing with the light I left burn low, and a version of me waiting there beside the one who had to go. I am not at war with him now, I just learned a lonelier sound, the kind that only finds you when there's no one else around. So I let the dark keep driving, and I let the missing stay, and the road becomes the one thing that won't ever drive away. And if you got an empty seat that you keep glancing toward, roll the dark road out with me, the quiet is a chord. I don't need a seat beside me to know that I'm alive. The loneliest road I ever drove just taught me how to drive. So I roll, let the whole ride missing, it goes soft me high. No one beside me, just the hum in the dark. 3 a.m. and the city's a long extinguished spark. I have driven myself hollow down these slow and silent lanes, and out here where the loneliness remains, I am holding the wheel steady, like it's holding on to me. But I'm learning to be free. No one beside me.
Songs fading off the floor, and the lights come up too soon, and the faces drop their party masks beneath the closing time moon. Nobody's selling anything now, the room's gone soft and real. Just tired, honest people, and the truths they finally feel. Just inside me is the real one, here to stand. No costume left to wear, just what's on is hanging in the air. Nothing but the truth tonight. The master on the floor. I am done performing someone that I can't be anymore. I have danced behind 100 faces all these shining years, and out here where the morning eats the fears, I am only what is honest, only what is real and right. And there's nothing but the truth tonight. Truth, 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 let it show. The realest thing you'll ever know. Soften now and let it stay. The truth the morning gives away. The bartender is stacking chairs and the night has run its course. And the people heading home from here have set down all their force. The cold dawn peels, the pretending off, the way it always will. And what's left when the music fades is who you really are, and still. So the bass walks me to the doorway where the cool dawn air begins, and I trade the face I came in wearing for the truth beneath the skin. Nothing but the truth tonight. The masks are on the floor. I am done performing someone that I can't be anymore. I have danced behind 100 faces all these shining years, and out here where the morning eats the fears, I am only what is honest, only what is real and right. And there's nothing but the truth tonight. Truth, 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 let it land. The honest morning, the open hand. Soften now and let it stay. The masks are left at break of day. Somewhere there's the woman in the mask with the smile she had to wear, and a version of me leaving her at last upon the stair. I am not ashamed of her now. I just learned a truer sound, the kind that only finds you when the music's winding down. And if you want a face so long that you forgot the real, come and set it down with me. Let the honest morning heal. I don't need to be there someone to know that I'm enough. The longest night I ever performed just stripped me down to love. So I rise, let the whole long borrowed face go soft and go. Nothing but the truth tonight. The masks are on the floor. We are done performing people that we can't be anymore. We have danced behind 100 faces all these shining years, and out here where the morning eats the fears, we are only what is honest, only what is real and right. And there's nothing but the truth tonight. Nothing but the truth tonight. The masks are on the floor. I'm done performing someone that I can't be anymore. I have danced behind 100 faces all these shining years, and out here where the morning ate the fears, I am only what is honest, only what is real and right. And there's nothing but the truth tonight. Nothing but the truth tonight. Let it stay. The masks are on the floor, and I'm okay. The loudest thing the morning brings is the real one in my chest, and the truth I finally wore out into the rest. And what's left is only true. Let the rest fall away.